Welcome to the iCompass intro video. Over the next 15 minutes, I'll take you through a demonstration of our industry-leading meeting management software for local governments. I'll show you how our paperless system can reduce the time it takes for a clerk to create an agenda by up to 80%. We talk to local governments every day, and more we hear that it's frustrating to manage meetings in a paper-based system. Organizations are finding that digital tools to help deal with inefficiencies, transparency, record keeping, and internal communication provide a cost-effective solution. Clerks spend so much time building an agenda and getting it to elected officials, staff, and the public that there's just no time for anything else. With tight budgets, clerks are being asked to do more, and paper systems just no longer cut it. More and more, the public is looking for information online, as we all know, and on their schedule. And the perception is, if they can't find it, that a local government is hiding something. Now, we know you aren't, but we hear it in conversations every day. Also, tons of time is being spent manually sorting through paper records for information, and staff and council are having trouble staying informed with everything going on as they get lost in email trails and massive paper agendas. So where does iCompass fit in here? Well, we've developed a web-based software solution that streamlines and provides transparency to every step of the meeting cycle. It's being designed on the iCompass life of an item concept. So what does that mean exactly? Well, first off, an item is a staff report, an ordinance, correspondence for council, anything really that can be dealt with at a meeting. The meeting management solution takes these items and automates the manual process. In this video, I'll show you the core functions of the iCompass meeting management solution. You'll learn how to build an agenda, how to distribute public documents with one click, how elected officials review their paperless agendas, how to complete the minutes, and lastly, how staff approves items. To start, I'm going to take you through the Civic Web portal to show you the finished product. It just makes understanding the life of an item concept that much easier. So the Civic Web portal is the public's home for agendas, minutes, and other council-related information. It's where public agendas and minutes are published online. Our focus here was to make the Civic Web portal easy to navigate so the public and government officials can quickly find what they're looking for. A central place really to connect with constituents and provide critical information about community affairs. On the top right corner, you'll see a calendar with the meeting days highlighted in green. Scrolling down on the right side, upcoming and recent meetings are in plain view. I'll click on the December 3rd meeting here. The meetings page provides full visibility into previous and upcoming agendas. Scrolling down, you'll see the December 3rd agenda complete with clickable attachments, so there's no more searching around for information. If the minutes have been published for the meeting, they're only a click away as well. Again, easy for the public, council, and other staff to locate and review. So to be clear here, this may look like a website, but it's really an online extension of our meeting management solution. All of the meeting information and documents have been automatically updated by the clerk. Our software does the step of posting the information online for you because we know the formatting can be painful and time-consuming. So the Civic Web portal also has a number of public self-help features that reduce requests for information. The e-resources page, which I'll click on here, is kind of like a Google search engine for City Hall. I type in what I'm looking for, such as information on communities in bloom, press enter, and I'm snapped down to a list of search results that contain those keywords. Again, the focus here is to make things as easy as possible for the public, so they can find what they need without contacting the clerk's department. The Civic Web portal also takes care of managing email lists you may have for your published agendas and minutes. The public can sign up to receive an email once an agenda packet is published on the e-updates page. I'll select the meeting I want to subscribe to, the regular council meeting, type in my email address, enter the code to block spam, and click subscribe. Now I'll receive an email notification automatically the second an agenda packet is made public. Okay, so you've seen the finished product now. Let's go build an agenda packet. Preparing for a meeting can be a daunting task with all the different things to keep track of and a lot of that information coming last minute. Here I'm going to show you that building an agenda packet with Meeting Manager doesn't have to be such a stressful part of your job. I've logged in as a clerk, so let's jump into Meeting Manager now. Clicking here takes me to the Meeting Manager's main dashboard, where I can build and edit agendas right from here. To start, I'm going to create a new agenda for January 7th. I will select my meeting type, regular council, and create the meeting. From here, I'll scroll over to the agenda build icon, click on it, and there we go. By default, it loads an agenda template. With the iCompass drag and drop interface, a lot of the issues people run into when trying to build an agenda in Word are automatically taken care of. For example, as I delete items here, the agenda automatically reformats to reflect the change. Once staff approves an item, it ends up in this item hopper on the left. This way, clerks can easily manage the constant flow of ordinances, reports, and other information. To add an attachment, I click on the item and select the Attachments tab. From here, I can choose to add a file from my computer, or in this case, the iCompass document storage tool, File Pro. So I grab this financial report, and it automatically stitches into the printable PDF version of this agenda and provides a clickable link for the HTML or digital version. A couple of last-minute changes to my agenda here. I click Save and then Publish. Now this is where I get to show you the power of iCompass's meeting management software. The Publish button at the bottom of the screen is going to deliver your agenda packet everywhere it needs to go in just one click. Okay, so what does that mean exactly? Well, let me explain. The Civic Web portal will automatically refresh with a perfectly formatted version for the public. For your records, the finished draft is saved in a designated File Pro folder. You now have a searchable digital record that's accessible at a moment's notice. For people who signed up for e-updates, like I showed you earlier, they get a notification that a new agenda packet has been published, and elected officials are sent a paperless agenda packet to their iPads for review. The software's been working hard in the background, so let's take a look at the end result. On the Civic Web portal, the agenda has been uploaded automatically. You'll see January 7th is now highlighted in green, and by clicking on the date, I see an agenda is now available. Just click on the meeting there, and I'll see the agenda packet in a digital format with clickable attachments formatted and easy to review. A printable PDF version is also created, which stitches together all of the attachments into one agenda packet document. Your records work is complete in File Pro. I've already set up a folder for council agendas and sorted them by year just to keep things organized. In this file, a copy of the agenda has been saved. So, should I need to fulfill a records request, the content of the agenda packet is completely searchable, a really nice feature to have. For members of the public and press who've signed up for an e-update, a notification is in their inbox. On the iPad, council is instantly notified that the agenda is published. I open up the Agenda Notes application, and the January 7th agenda is ready to download, review, and annotate. At this point, it's time for the meeting. Elected officials are obviously an important consideration when going to paperless agendas, so I'm going to put on my counselor hat for a couple of minutes to show you how they review, annotate, and manage their agenda packet during a meeting. On the main page, I'll find all of the previous and upcoming meetings. The January 7th council agenda has been published, as I pointed out earlier. The agenda is highlighted, indicating it needs to be downloaded. Once that's done, council can annotate and edit from anywhere without needing the internet. This split screen view makes it really easy for elected officials to follow along with the agenda while taking a deeper look at reports when needed. I see the complete agenda on the left-hand side, and when I tap on an attachment, it automatically loads in the right window. I have 4 annotation tools at my disposal. The first is the pencil tool. I can choose various colors and thicknesses. To move to another page, I scroll down the right side of the agenda packet. I need to make a note here on page 4, so I just tap the highlighter tool, select the paragraph, and there it is. As I skim through, I want to make a note for my meeting, so I select the sticky note tool. Now I have a reminder to ask a question during the meeting. Lastly, I can underline text as well. Again, I have the choice to select the color and thickness with this feature. We recognize meetings can move fast, so that's why the iCompass Agenda Notes app allows elected officials to jump to a different part of the agenda by entering a page number. You can search by annotation too. I've got a list of annotations on the left, and a simple tap sends me right to where it's located on the agenda packet. If I'm looking for something specific in my agenda packet, and these things can be massive sometimes, as we know, just do a search. I'm looking for this graph I remember seeing on domestic public debt. The search results populate the left column. I tap the heading on page 30, and I'm taken to the graph that I was looking for. Security is important for closed-door sessions if you have those. So once I'm done, I'll log out to ensure there's no way for anyone to access sensitive files should my iPad end up in the wrong hands. I'm going to jump back into the clerk's role now. The meeting's over, so the next step in the life of an item flow is to complete the minutes and assign follow-up from the meeting. Let's go into the minutes module now, where you'll see they're automatically pre-populated based on your agenda. They are created using the same drag and drop editor as the agenda. The whole idea here is to record the minutes during the meeting so your first draft is done once the meeting's over. Now, clerks can usually predict how elected officials will vote on most items, so you can input a mostly rough draft of the minutes into the system before the meeting if that's what you want. Now, of course, things will change during a meeting as well. On the top row, you'll see that you have the ability to drag and drop a heading, an item, and a motion on the fly. Once the meeting is complete, you can assign follow-up right from the minutes. Of course, this is another big time saver. I'll select the Transit Monthly Progress Report and assign the task of posting the final version to Chris Smith. I input a due date, assign it to Chris. Once I'm ready to distribute the final draft, I click Save and then head over to the Publish screen. I want to create HTML and PDF versions, so I select those and click Publish. A message pops up reminding me the January 7th Council minutes will be made public. I'm okay with that, and this system begins the work of providing the minutes to council, staff, and the public with just one click. The meeting management solution automatically applies your header and logo for a consistent, professional document. To notify Chris there's a task waiting for him, I'll send him a notification right from this dashboard. The report and task have been moved to the follow-up page automatically. I click Export and then Notify, and an email reminder is instantly sent to Chris. As you know, staff and the CAO will follow through on past motions, present items for recommendation at council, and do a variety of other tasks to present information at a meeting. As a clerk, you want to see what's going on and stay organized. And that's all taken care of in our action tracking module. I'll select action tracking from the top menu bar. In action tracking, every user has a different dashboard view with information specific to their role. In the clerk's view, every item is visible, automatically organizing your entire local government's meeting-related activity in one spot. The CAO or city manager, on the other end, has a different dashboard. They can only see items that need to be approved. Chris Smith, a staff member who we've used in this example, has his own list view. All of the items dealt with in his department appear in his own dashboard. I'll be Chris here for a moment. I need to review the Transit Monthly Progress Report. To open up the item, I click here. What's great about action tracking is that everyone uses the same interface template. You literally can't mess up the formatting. The output document and content is going to be consistent and professional every time. The report looks good, and I posted it online, so I'll change the status to complete, click Save and Close, and it's approved, off to the clerk where it can be put into an upcoming agenda or stored away as a record. And with this, the meeting cycle begins again. To review, we've looked at creating an agenda, annotating it on the iPad, building your minutes, and sending tasks so your departments can get their items in on time. Using iCompass's meeting management solution, clerks have the power to quickly build and distribute their agenda online from one dashboard. Your entire staff will be able to find and review documents digitally the second they're published, and with an online portal built with the public in mind, you'll have a more informed community.